Hey guys, how's it going? Figured I'd do just a little toolbox tour, kind of show you the misc stuff in my cart, kind of what I got going on here. So, I was about 17, just turned 18 I think. Worked in a small automotive shop for a little bit, and then ventured into CNC machining. Got a new job after I already bought a box. Company supplies tools and everything at my job, so I got all my tools in my box and everything here. Doing a bunch of car work, random stuff in my garage. So I got just a snap-on fish tank. It's kind of a weird promotional item. It's extremely dirty right now. Just a snap-on fish tank. I got to pull it out this summer and give it a good cleaning on top. Usually try not to keep very much on top of my toolbox itself. On top of my cart, I just got a rubber mat that I work on. Just keep my lathe up there. I got a little bench top lathe and some little misc projects I'm working on. I got this cart used. The actual top is kind of trashed, so I'm not really afraid to work on top of it, but I do keep the mat up here just because I don't want to ruin it anymore. So this is a KRL 722 Master Series box. Had this box for probably close to 6 years, 5 years at this point. This box is actually what helped build my credit to buy a house, which is really cool. So getting right into it. This is a standard 1/2-inch drive, deep socket set. This goes from 3/8 to 1 1/8 inches. And then kind of in here I have, these are some Harbor Freight sockets. I use these for junk tear down, like dirty stuff. If I have to beat a socket onto a nut, like a rusty nut or something like that, that's what I use that stuff for. These are just some right tools. Big metric hex. This one's a Duralast, I think. It's just specialty stuff. Right here I have a set of snap-on 3/8 drive, shallow and deep standard sockets. These go from 1/4 inch to 7/8, both deep and shallow. Right here I just got some specialty sockets for I think I use these for my axle nuts for my Toyota Supra. So this one's a 30 mil, and this one is a 36 millimeter. And then right here I have just the 1/4 inch low pro snap-on socket set. Goes from 3/16 to 9/16. It's got the little bit driver adapter. I do have most of the plastic cases that stay on these, just because I'm doing body and paint work and stuff like that, so I just try to keep everything protected. So I do keep a lot of the plastic covers on top of most of this stuff. But then moving over, I have snap-on deep and shallow standard 1/4-inch drive. These are 3/16 to 9/16. Yep. And then you might be wondering why there's 2 sets. Well, that's because this set is just another Harbor Freight set like these, and I just use these for dirty work. I'll pound these onto stuff. I'll, you know, modify them, stupid things like that. So it does look like I have a lot of multiples, but I have full sets, and then the extras are usually Harbor Freight or Craftsman or something that I usually beat up because I don't want to beat my knife sockets up. So then, moving over, I have Torx. These are the they go 1/4-inch drive and then 3/8 drive. These are T55 through T8. And then I have the standard Allens, also 1/4-inch drive, and then 3/8 drive up from there. These go from 1/16 up to 3/8. Next to that is the metric Allens. These are all 3/8. Well, actually, yeah, all 3/8. These are the gold ones. These go from a 4mm to a 14mm. Yep. And then I have a set of regular Allen keys, metric. And then I have the knurled 1/4-inch drive extension set. And then I have the 3/8 knurled extension set. I don't really use a lot of 1/2-inch stuff, so 1/2-inch drive, that is. So I just have a junk 1/2-inch drive extension. That gets me through a lot of stuff that I need. Right next to my extensions, I have an old phone. I just have some pictures for my car on it. Then I have some just some Sun-X triple squares. Just got them off of Amazon or something for working on my brother's car. Still moving over, I have some external Torx sockets, 1/4-inch and 3/8. I use these a lot for like my Mercedes-Benz and Audi, stuff like that. And next to that I have the long 3/8 flex head ratchet. And down here I have the like mid or longer 1/4-inch flex head ratchet, and then the long 1/4-inch regular ratchet, and then a short 1/4-inch regular ratchet, the long 3/8 regular ratchet, the short 3/8, and then I got like the big long 1/2-inch regular head. Down here I have snap-on universal joints, so 3/8, 1/4, and 1/2-inch. Next to that I have 2 sets of Matco extensions. These I just got on a good deal back in the day. These are the wobble ones, so when you put a socket on these. The socket can move back and forth, or you can push it all the way down and it kind of locks straight, either or. But this is the 1/4 inch set, 3/8 set. I've had those for a long time. I have the metric low pro ratchet set from Snap-on. It's the 1/4 inch one. Goes from 5mm to 13mm. It also has the little bit adapter. And then I have a bunch of missing Harbor Freight sockets here. Once again, just junk ones to pound, you know, onto nuts or just to break or modify. Same with this 1/4 inch deep set. And then this 1/4 inch shallow set. It's Harbor Freight stuff, just to beat up. Down here I have some specialty stuff. It's like a 3/8 like bit driver, some universals, some 3/8 to 1/4 inch, 3/8 to 1/2 inch, 1/4 to 3/8, Snap-on ends, like some junk ones, some specialty sockets, stuff like that. And then just right here I have the Snap-on metric 1/4 inch deep and shallow. This set goes from a 5mm to a 14 or 15. Yep, 15mm. And then the junk Harbor Freight set. Then I have this 1/4 inch like socket driver adapter. It's really cool because it has the drive in the back, so you can put a ratchet on it, break something loose, and then just use it like a screwdriver. And next to that is the Snap-on 3/8 metric deep and shallow. This set goes from 8mm all the way up to 19mm. Some nice sets. Right here I have just a broken adapter that I need to get replaced, and then a Matco oil filter like claw. You spin it left hand and it clamps shut. And there's a little BMW oil filter socket underneath that. Then the last thing in the socket drawer is metric 1/2 inch deep. This set goes from 12mm to 24mm. That's the whole socket drawer. Sockets, ratchets, extensions, all that kind of stuff. And next drawer down is the second wide drawer for this box. Just right here I have a Blue Point, just standard wrench set. This goes from 3/8 to 1 inch. I got that wrench up in my office, it's not missing. Once again, I got some junk wrenches to kind of beat on and not worry about messing up. And then I have the metric set that matches right here. This goes from an 8mm to a 19mm. Then I have the Snap-on soft handle crescent wrenches, adjustable wrenches. It's a pretty nice set. I really like these. Moving down, I have Snap-on 5/16 through 7/8 Flank Drive Plus. Good set to have. I also have the reverse ratcheting wrenches. They go from 3/8 to 3/4. Down here I have a Matco, just a Matco reversible wrench set. Doesn't get used that much. And over here I have my metric Flank Drive Plus 10mm through 19. Flank Drive Plus. Works out really good. Love those wrenches. And then there's the matching 10mm through 19 reverse ratcheting Flank Drive Plus. Down in here I have some misc wrenches. So I have some cutoffs. These are mostly like Craftsman and like Cobalt. So these are like cutoffs that I'd use to like do stuff to turbos, or to get into like dirt bike spark plugs without taking stuff apart. And then I got my coilover wrenches. And then I just have one lone 10mm and 11mm flare nut wrench or brake line wrench. And then in here, tucked up inside, I have the snap-on 1/2-inch breaker bar, because I didn't have no other place to put it in the top drawer. This box has the 2 wide drawers and then 2 banks of drawers down from there. So on the wide bank here, first drawer, it's a skinny drawer. I have the these are just some Craftsman drill bits. I'm not sure what they are. They just those are the ones I break, or you know, test stuff out on, drill through some unknown stuff. And then I have the snap-on rethreading set, thread files, and standard, coarse, standard, fine, metric. And then I have my tap and die set. This is the master set, so this also comes with like some easy outs and a bunch of drill bits that are all numbered and everything, with the chart. I got this tap and die set secondhand, so I'm missing some drill bits, so I need to get a nice drill bit set that goes along with this whole drawer. Moving on down to the second in the wide bank, I have snap-on T-handle metric Allen wrenches, or Allen keys. And I have the standard version also. This set goes from 3/32 to 1/4 inch. The metric set goes from 2mm to 10mm. I got some just some vice grip brand vice grips, some old wire, clip wire strippers and crimpers. The Blue Point like fine like electronics plier set, and then snap-on just 3-piece plier, needle nose, and then snips. And then I have a snap-on crimper and stripping tool. Moving on down from that, in this drawer I just have the snap-on 4-piece striking cap pry bar set. Then I have some old like tire wrenches, tire irons. This one is actually a 1987 Toyota Supra tire iron that was in the back of this car. So it's pretty cool. I got a kind of a sledgehammer, and then I just have some soft tip dead blows and then some hard tip dead blows, like some ball peens, and then ball peen hammer. Then I have a flywheel tool, hold flywheels with, and then I have just a punch and chisel set, just the basic one. This is like the smallest one, I think. Then some misc stuff. Moving down from that, I'm a Milwaukee guy. I don't really like paying crazy amounts for snap-on electric tools, so I really don't use electric tools that much. So it really doesn't matter to me. But I have my big soft dead blow here, and then the bigger ball peen, and then an old snap-on 1/2-inch impact, some cheap like Harbor Freight like angled die grinder and cutoff wheel, and then I have 3 Milwaukee 1/4-inch hex drive impacts. I have the big Milwaukee grinder, and then just the basic 1/2-inch Milwaukee drill, no hammer drill or nothing. Last drawer's kind of like the deep one. I have my Milwaukee batteries. I have this cheap Harbor Freight pass-through like socket set, comes in handy every once in a while, and my fuel pressure test set, snap-on. Then I have 2 snap-on torque wrenches, the click type 1/2-inch, and then my digital 3/8. Moving over to like the skinny bank on the top drawer. I have pretty much all my screwdrivers in here. This Matco set is like a cheaper Chinese set kind of. I use these for any dirty work. As you can tell, these ones are a lot dirtier than my snap-on ones. So if I'm doing anything crusty or dirty, or if I need to kind of hammer on these or use a flat head as a pry bar, that's what I use. Same with the Matco long pick sets. These get abused pretty good. Up above that is the snap-on screwdriver set. 6-piece set, and then I got the stubbies here. And then this big Phillips I actually found in a car. So it's pretty good. Moving down from that, second drawer on the skinny side, I have a Mac Tools, just like a bit and like a screwdriver set that I got from a pawn shop. This has the security Torx with the holes in them. So I didn't have none of those, so I picked that up. And then I also have the snap-on short pick set, and then the snap-on mini screwdriver set, 4-piece sets. And then I have a random Blue Point snap ring plier set, or just a single. And then I have the big snap-on reversible snap ring plier set in here also. Going down to the third drawer, it's kind of like my bit set. This thing just come out within like the last year or so. It's like a big giant like needle. Comes in different sizes, and then the handle, they're all pass through. So you can get up into a dash of a car and shove this through like a grommet and make a new hole if you're running like a stereo system or something. It's kind of cool. And then I have a Matco, just a screw bit set, and then I have a bunch of DeWalt bits in here, and then I'm slowly adding to my Milwaukee bit sets in here. Now in this bottom drawer is just misc stuff. I have a radio and some tire repair stuff. Nothing too crazy. It's pretty much everything in my box. I also have the cart. The cart's more like my specialty or overflow type thing. I got my benchtop mini lathe. This just kind of lives up here because I just don't want it on my bench right now. In the top of here is pretty much just bags full of hardware or small parts that I restored for that car. The first drawer on this cart has engine stuff, so main caps, like factory freeze plugs, stuff like that. Freeze plugs. This is where my pistons live. Connecting rods, bearings, main studs, all that kind of stuff is in here. It's kind of my engine drawer. And then next drawer down is my measuring tool drawer. I have a lot of my paperwork and stuff for my engine. Telescoping gauges. I have some cheap Harbor Freight mics here and a Harbor Freight, just a cheap caliber. Right here I have a set of Blue Point mics, 0 to 3. And then right here I have my snap-on caliper set, digital caliper. And then right here I have, this is just a dial bore gauge. And then this is just a magnetic dial indicator, base and indicator. Third drawer down is kind of like my specialty stuff. I have 37-degree flare tools for doing like AN, Army Navy like fittings, like hard lines. Just a small tubing bender. This is just some cheap brake pad separator. Staple gun and staples. This is my drill chuck and live center for my lathe. And then this is all my lathe tooling. Inserts, tools, keys, all that kind of stuff, gears. Then here's my nut setter tool, and then these are just the actual dies, and then the aluminum threaded inserts. Under that is just my little mill box. So I have the little vise, drill bits, step clamps, wrenches, little collets, little end mills. I have a real small Proxen MF70 micro mill. Over here is my little rotary tool bin. I just have a Dremel, like micro rotary tool. Cut off discs, cleaning brushes, polishing stuff, all that kind of stuff. Fourth drawer down. This is just one of those Mighty Vac vacuum brake bleeders. This is a Mac, really old Mac compression tester that I modified for some stuff. This tool is actually like a cheapie off Amazon. And this is a dual overhead like spring compressor type thing. Works good on my inline 6 Toyota. It's just a cheap Amazon one. Going down, there's just a Amazon puller set, a spindle rethreading set. Just got some metric and standard spindle rethreading dies, and then another puller, and then a ball joint press that has like half the stuff missing, and then just some car parts in there. In the last drawer of my cart, I have a cheap, I think this came from Harbor Freight, like an imaging tool. It's got like the little gun and then the camera on the end. And then I got one of the spill-free funnels. Got a big old dinosaur air grinder. Some more car parts, random stuff. Some tool cases and some funnels. That's about everything. That's just my home toolbox and tool cart. Kind of the stuff in it, stuff I use every day. Just the stuff I use to do my car work. If you have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and put them in the comments. Let me know what you think. Consider subscribing if you want to see any tool related stuff or car related stuff. And thank you.